Okay, who's ready for a blitz? I'm going to do a 10-0. Not a blitz. Rapid. We are 1766. Of course, we're playing e4. Best by test. Opponent is... Oh, yoy. Okay, right. The Grand Prix attack. Let's do it. I've not played this in a while. And I'm still kind of going over. I've messed around with... A3 and B4, kind of variations of wing gambits. Okay, I think the idea is that one idea is to trade off your light squared bishop for that knight, and we just trade it off, and then we just kind of shut the door on the light squares. We're going to get to castle, we play queen e1, we go here and we try and checkmate on that side of the board. So it's a bit like a Dutch with the white pieces here. Okay, and they've... Well, that is peculiar. If you see what black's done here, it won't let me click back through the moves. He's just spent 2 moves playing g6, bishop g7, and then he's traded off his dark squared bishop for no good reason than I can... Now I'm thinking here actually about the move c4. I like c4. It means that if I play bishop d2, it then comes with tempo against the queen. I don't see any reason not to play that now. Queen defends c2. Back she goes. Okay, so now is it this, yeah? Pretty much is. Okay, that's a really bad bishop. Queen g3 or queen h4. See, you don't do this. You don't push that pawn, fianchetto, and then disappear your own bishop. That just feels wrong. So I'm thinking it's queen here, queen there, knight in, destroy that knight somehow, which that bishop could actually do. Bishop c3, if I play bishop c3 now, he's got this takes, pawn takes. That opens up my rook though towards the knight, so I'm going to do this. I need to think about move order a bit here. But opponent's playing far too quickly as well. Now I've got my bishop on the long diagonal of doom. But if I do take the knight and this... Oh, he's run away. Did you just run away? Okay, I'm going straight in with the queen. That is one unhappy little horsey. Actually, that's the quickest mate. But you can block with g6, or technically, sorry, f6. Okay. Now it's got to be, hasn't it? F takes e5. If I play knight g5, he's got h5. What if I push? If I push, then this bishop's buried forever there. But you could come here, right? And that's quite a long way around. But if I take and pawn takes... If I take and knight takes, we could trade skis. Fuck it, I'm going to take anyway. Right. This is his defensive knight. I'm having it. Now this... Threatening bishop takes? Yeah? What's he got? He hasn't got nothing. He's got a rotten bishop. That is one rotten, stinky ass bishop. And now this hits the queen and threatens mate. Yeah? Am I wrong? Okay. H4, H5 is a thought. Rook f3. If I play h4 and h5, I'm threatening h6. It can't be a bad thing. He might think about this, which he's got every right to do. I might just come here. Yeah, I think I'm going to come here. I've even got ideas of rook f6. Swap these rooks around, get rid of that guy. But this is the whole idea of the Grand Prix attack. Oh, you want to go hunting for pawns, do you? Really? Okay, I've got two attackers on there. I really don't give a stuff about that pawn. Maybe I should. Maybe I should start to care. I don't know. I've defended it anyway, so that makes that move look stupid. h5 now, pawn can't take because it's in a pin, okay? But am I threatening to take? If I go to h6, I've got to be threatening to get my queen into that hole. And as long as that rook's there, so what about this then? Rook f6. Do I push this first? Yeah, a6 is a nothing. That's a zilch move. Okay, now thinking move order. I don't give a stuff about this. You can push that to your heart's content. I can drop back, okay? So now looks, takes. I don't want to take. I'm just going to push. And then it's rook here. And he can't take, because that's then an unstoppable mate on this square, right? So he's got to do something else. Back it up with this spare rook? A spare queen? I've got a spare rook. If I take and takes, can I? Two attackers on there, he's got two defenders. He's holding on for now. Even got that. Is that even a move? Because remember, this pawn's pinned, so it's not guarding f5, right? Rook f5, he can't take by law, and I'm just threatening to take here with the queen and the bishop backing up. That's 3 on 2. He does this. The rook f. Okay, he's losing his bottle, the boy. I just drop back ski. Drop back, threaten that. I think this as well. At some point, obviously, it's. We've just got to line up everything we've got, haven't we? 4 minutes 51. That's loads of time, babe. Loads of time. He's got to do something about this threat. My general plan is rook af1 could even there. Can't right now because it's covered twice, that square. But my bishop's still lush and his bishop's still awful. Free pawn. Now, how much it helps me, I don't know. I could stick my bishop up his nose in there, but that's only really helping him. He moves his rook out the way. I think we just drop back here, don't we? Just drop back here, rook af1. I am now threatening to kind of take on there. Queen takes, rook takes. Yeah. Maybe this. Could even triple up. So Alekhine's gun, is that rook, rook, queen, or can it be rook, queen, rook? Probably not queen first. That's when you've got two rooks and a queen all lined up on the same file or row, right? Answers in the comments, please. This is a bugger of a pawn. Okay, we're just lining everything up. Notice that neither of these rooks is actually guarding that pawn. That pawn is guarded by the queen and then the king. After I double up my rooks, the queen has to be the first capturer, because the king can't, because it can't go into check. The king can only ever be the last capturer in a sequence. Always worth remembering that. So here and here, in my next two moves, what's he got with his pawn? Is he going to have to throw it up the board? He can't throw it to here, because I just take it, because this guy's still in an absolute pin. And he's now down on the clock, having rushed his first moves again. Don't rush your first moves. Play good ones. Did you just take a pawn? Whoop-de-doo. Rook takes pawn. And then this rook even hangs. So 0 brains required for that one, I think. This is a check. King goes in the corner. Forced. No, he doesn't. Well, he does. Look at this Bishop of Doom as well, though. Boom, boom. King's currently got 0 squares. Not a sausage. I can't see the finish here, but this is feeling like it's almost resignable. The quality of these bishops has just been chalk and cheese throughout. So I wonder if I should take up playing the Dutch then. Because you can recycle a lot of the same ideas, this is the point. I know Simon Williams has played the Birds opening with white, which is 1f4, which very often gets you into like a reverse Dutch, because he loves playing the Dutch. He's played it his whole career. But this is very similar, and you've taken. But now this rook hangs, and you're down a full rook equivalent, plus check mate. That's mate and 2. Thanks to the bishop, and he's resigned, and we win. And let's analyse. The Grand Prix attack, boys and girls. Like it. What are we going to get? Got 10 points from that. I still don't get Lee Chess. How he's lost 5 points for losing that game and I win 10. I just don't know. Okay, so it looks like I had a good lead and blew it and got another good lead. So let's go through it. Why not? So how good a lead was this? Was this +3? Oh, it was. Nearly +4. Okay. So good learning lesson here. Right. Let's also, we'll look at the board here, right? Knight F3, open Sicilian, most common move by a mile. What are our settings at? 1200 to 1800. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. So the whole kind of intermediate range, right? Knight F3 is played more than half the time here. Bishop C4, the Bowdler attack. It's really not meant to be very good, and black does very well, so I don't know why people are still playing that at this level. Maybe it's at the bottom of this level. Then you've got d4, the Smith-Morra. Then you've got knight c3, the closed Sicilian. Now very often then goes into the Grand Prix. Okay, here we've got knight c6, d6 and e6, like in every Sicilian, and g6. And a6, for some reason. But it scores alright. And e5. e5 isn't that great. Interesting. Anyway, so, opponent played knight c6, and now f4 here scores 51%. g3, actually, I think Magnus has played this. Probably lots of other people have played it as well. g3 does well for white at 52, and so does knight g to e2, which looks a bit weird. Anyway, but we didn't play any of that. We're playing the Grand Prix because we're forward foot. He plays d6. Then it's knight f3, and we're on 53% already. And we have g6 now from Mr. Black. Computer says bishop b5 is the most common, but bishop c4 is slightly better scoring. Computer likes bishop b5, engine. It likes d4. d4 looks quite aggressive, but doesn't score that well. So the best moves are just bring out your bishop. I played bishop b5. Computer gives equality. He blocks. And now, actually, bishop c4 here scores jolly well. So now we've kind of prompted this move. We drop the bishop back to c4. That's interesting. That might be worth looking into. Here I traded off. Bishop takes. And just d3. Okay, so very, very simple setup. You'll be able to play these moves half the time. Okay, he fianchettos, I castle, and then I disapprove of this next move. The computer, however, doesn't. The computer thinks it's minus 0.3. That's an inaccuracy. Okay, and we are winning 61% of games from this point. Queen comes out. Yeah, I pushed c4. It likes c4 actually. So we're doing fine here. And got a bit of tempo. Queen goes back. Okay, now the database isn't really going to help us much here, so I'll get rid of that. But at this point here, the castling was a mistake, and I forgot the move f5. You play f5, you attack straight away. I thought this, just lining it up, unnecessary. It also says queen h4, just go straight in with f4, and f5. They are the moves. You've got to remember, you always play f5 in the Grand Prix. Okay, so the knight runs away, and now I throw my queen out, and that wasn't the right move. Knight first. And then queen. Okay. So anyway, I did queen first. He played e5, which wasn't great. Computer says now I should just dive in with the knight. You know, my concern is he just does this. And then we push f5 and just threaten. Okay. Right, okay. It's nice and aggressive. Anyway, that's not what was played in the game. I took, he takes back, and now I completely bugger it up. This is fine. And my next move is a blunder. Going in with the queen was not right. What should I do? Rook f6. Then probably the idea of this, I don't know, rook f6, interesting one. I played queen f6. It doesn't like it. Okay, so I mean, this is the key thing of the game for me. At this point, rook f6. Okay, do we have any games in this position? Do we have any games in this position? No. So it's kind of academic. But so what's the plan? So we'll just play something for him. Rook AF1. This is the idea. What is the idea? Rook A to E1. Queen H6. I still don't get it. I mean, this pawn is defended 3 times. Okay, just does some... What? Rook 1 to F4. Threatening... Ah, we're lifting the rook. And if he takes... In fact, takes is his best move. Can I play Rook to F3, though? That's perfectly good as well. Oh, just simple old rook lift. Caveman style. Beautiful. But here, this is the best move. And if he takes... We sacrifice the rook! Because we're threatening mate on here, oh my god! That's good stuff. Alright. Well, no, you know. Good. Me so like this. Yeah? But, you know, we had 2 bites at that one. And in the end, you know, my opponent didn't do all that well. But I would draw your attention here to the move times. If you look at the move times here, White played quickly, right? Oh, that's me. Black played even quicker. He played very quickly indeed. And then here, and then it's like... So this is what a bad game looks like, right? It's like you rush your first moves, and then you have to start thinking, okay? Whereas I played more solidly. Yeah, I mean, you know, I kind of knew my opening probably better than he did. But, you know, by move 8... Okay, move 8 was still kind of equal, but then it went a bit wrong for him. But he was playing quickly up until move 13. And by move 13, he was in trouble. Right, now, I wasn't able to put him away at that point, but still, you don't want your games to look like this, guys. You don't want your games to be rush, oh shit. Now I have to think and defend like crazy. And he's burned all of this time and lost. That's the point. You know? My move times were more level, which I think is a good thing. Aside from this, I'm able to think on his time. And you know, I took appropriate time on certain moves as well. But you know, it's hard to say that any of those moves were really rushed. So yeah, kind of proud of that. 87 accuracy, just the one blunder, going in there with the queen instead of the rook. But that's one to remember, right? Just block everything off with the rook, bring this guy around somehow, and checkmate him on here. Stick the queen there to prevent the h-pawn from coming forwards. Job's a good one. And you'll win a lot of games that way. So there you go. Another little foray into the Grand Prix attack. Might have to have a look at the Dutch against d4 with the black pieces. Could be fun. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.